What's up, nerds? Today we're talking about everybody's favorite topic.
I like to get shit-faced.
Late 90s economics. I'm your boy Mike Dangerous, and this is Talking Shots.
That's about all. I like
So chief, his return to the blade and slight shade, getting paid until my silhouette fades.
Look at that. We're talking about internet history on a drunken show on the internet. Ladies and gents, we're going back to when computers took up entire rooms. Like any good innovation, the internet was brought to us by, you guessed it, war. Yeah! The Cold War was the first time we would ever see computer-to-computer communication. 1969 was the first time a computer sent a message to another with the government's ARPANET. It was one word, and the whole word didn't even make it all the way. But Mike, none of this has anything to do with hentai. Don't worry, we're getting there. Through the 70s and 80s, there were tons of different networks popping up with different protocols, the whole nine. But it wasn't until 1991 that the World Wide Web as we would know it would come to prominence. 1993 gave us Mosaic, and 1994 gave us the Netscape browser. Of course, the big daddy that we all know and love was America Online, or AOL.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game? I'm just finishing up here with my new kayaking friends.
Kayaking friends on your computer?
Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate, have fun, and get instant news and information.
Delivering that sweet, sweet dial-up to Americans across the country. Yeah, if you remember a time when you couldn't use the phone at the same time as the internet, congratulations, you may be entitled to compensation. All of a sudden, this newfangled internet thing seemed to be the way of the future, edging in new frontiers in communication, online banking, and online shopping. Fun fact, the first thing ever purchased online was a pizza, because of course it was. What else are you gonna do with instant communication?
Pizza time.
With the rapid increase of home computers connected to the internet, you know what that means, boys and girls. It's time to capitalize. Online shopping sites like Amazon, to early social media sites like GeoCities, to search engines like Yahoo, to even sites like sex.com. I wonder what that one's for. With Netscape nearly doubling its price on the stock market the day after it went public, it seemed like a no-brainer to start investing in internet companies. Yeah, bagels.com, yeah, sure, let's go, dude. Here's $1 million. Some of these companies didn't even turn a profit, but you know, everything takes time. By 1999, the tech NASDAQ had doubled. All that matters is profit after all, so why not sell things at a loss and spend way too much on marketing? But uh-oh, there's something unforeseeable. The Y2K bug.
Almost everyone is preparing for the worst. Potential Y2K computer crashes top the list.
But don't worry, we'll talk about that one in a different video. All you have to know is old computers were dumb and couldn't count properly. So obviously, that means the world's gonna end. This of course led to an influx in new hardware, which of course only led to more internet growth. So yeah, let's spend millions on a dog sock puppet ad for the Super Bowl, even though we're literally only a few months old.
I'll be back.
Oh my god, it's singing! But of course, we've seen this before. We were in a bubble, and bubbles eventually burst. One bubble that burst was Japan's whole-ass economy. That's enough to scare anybody, mostly investors, who of course all cashed out after ridiculous returns never seen before. This meant that companies lost their flow of income, which means they had to operate like a regular business. As it turns out, Pets.com wasn't as profitable as everybody thought, and the crash took with them many other companies who were surviving on investor money alone. Sure, your conglomerates like eBay or Amazon survived, but unless you satisfied some kind of niche or were tied to some major retailer, chances are you didn't survive. The crash inadvertently streamlined the internet into what we know it today. While the economic bubble popped, the internet as we know it began to grow exponentially. But if there's something to be learned, it's that just because something is new and thriving doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be profitable. Sites like Yahoo are shells of what they used to be, and internet providers like AOL literally only profit because old people don't know that email is free now. The internet definitely looks different now, and I can't sit here and say that that's not for the better. Making an online store may not be the best investment these days, because clearly getting drunk on the internet and crying over Laura Dern is.
Laura Dern's talking about a leaf.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, the reality is, most people probably didn't even notice the change. At most, you may have noticed that a bunch of online retailers weren't around anymore. But really, most of the public's awareness of the dot-com crash centered around the media coverage of the crash more than anything. There was a time when every company was ran like Google, flip-flops and all. Honestly, that kind of goes to show how lax everything was when it came to investing in these types of companies. The reason I bring this up now, though, is because we've been on another growth trend in the tech industry. And since the pandemic started back in March, we've seen even more growth. With how dependent on the internet we've all become, the idea of another .com crash is much scarier now than it was back in 2001, when most people's priorities were looking up Final Fantasy VII fanfiction and bidding on tables on eBay.
I'm bidding on the table.
But if there's one silver lining, it's that the Space Jam website is still up and untouched from 1996. And yes, I will not stop talking about the Space Jam website. So what do you think? What do you remember from the golden age of the .com era? Do you care at all? Are you too busy surfing Hentai Haven? Are they around anymore? Didn't they go away? Man, I miss Hentai Haven. Anyway, if you like what we do on this show, you can support us on Patreon, and I can eat something other than spiced rum. As always, we'd love to hear from you, so don't forget to sound off in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I'm your boy Mike Dangerous, and this is Talking Shots.